is close the app and then again try to open it up. Then you'll be able to listen to the class. Rakesh sir, please relog in. In case of audio video issues, please relog in. Okay, everyone, let's start with the particular session. Today, we're going to start with the basics, that is, what exactly accounting is. Okay, so how do we define the term accounting, everyone? To me, accounting is the base, one of the reasons that we are earning, right? Accounting is what? Accounting is basically recording the transactions which are being done in the books of accounts. One of the basic reasons that currently the entire field of finance stands is recording whatever is happening in the books of accounts. Okay, so when we define this specific area altogether, how do we define it? Can we say that accounting involves there are something called recording, classifying, summarizing? First of all, you record something, you classify it in different areas altogether, then you summarize the entire data. Then there are other things involved in it. First is analyze, interpret, and then communicate. RCSAIC. This is how the complete area of accounting is actually studied. First of all, you record something, then what you do is classify it into different tables altogether. Next is summarize. You keep all the data together wherever it is required, because if there are multiple people with whom I have made sales, write down their names together. At least come to know about the entire total sales that we have made during the year. Then analyze whether we are going good or not. Then interpret, matlab what exactly has happened during the entire period. And last is communicate. All these things are basically the root of accountancy, everyone. So if we define the area of accountancy, how can we say it? It is basically a situation where we are trying to understand the financial health of any organization and how do they proceed further. Right? Everyone? All sorted? Audible now? Rakesh sir? All sorted? Am I audible now? Aparna ma'am? Okay. So let's continue further, everyone. Chaliye. Thank you so much, ma'am. When we define the specific area of वैसे normally na, in case there's some audio video issues with multiple people na, then just let me know about it, because when it happens with multiple people, that means it starts from my side. Otherwise, if it is only with a few people, that means it might be because of the internet issues or the app issues. Okay, because obviously some it is not going to be the same every time na, internet fluctuates, so that causes a problem there, right? Chaliye, continuing further, when we talk about what are the objectives of accounting, everyone, what are the various objectives of accounting? Accounting has been created for a sole purpose of record keeping. Let me know about what is happening in the business. Is it growing up? Is it going down? What is the total amount of sales that we are making, the total amount of purchases we are making? All these are a part of it. Next part is to understand the profit and loss of the business. Everyone, once you note down things, then things becomes clearer na. Otherwise, if you'll ask me that, Niharika ma'am, how much money did you spend on so and so date, I cannot tell you. until unless I actually open up my GPay and then check out whatever expenses I've paid in the last few months. है ना? Then comes financial position. Someone asked me that what is my net worth. So how can I tell my net worth, everyone? I can tell my net worth using the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, I can show the particular area of the business that I've started with and what exactly is happening with my net worth. How much money do I possess? How many cars? What is the total plot of land that we possess, or whatever plant and machinery we have? All those things can be limited to this particular area. है ना? Done, everyone? Now that's another point. Then last one is information sharing. How do you define this particular area, everyone? Information sharing is, if you look at the banking information, banks are providing all their quarterly details to the RBI, and RBI is always looking at their balance sheet, isn't it? So when we are defining the specific accounting objectives, na objectives can be any of these. You can provide information to others. You're providing your, it's basically the report card of the business. What is business doing can be stated on this basis. When we talk about the features of accounting, accounting is basically recording, classifying, analyzing, interpreting. All those are a part of it. But what do you analyze and what do you see, everyone? The systematic records that you are checking are basically in terms of money, and they should be having a financial character. ठीक है? अच्छा, one of the most important areas is there is something called events and there is something called transactions. Transactions are basically the purchases, sales return, purchase return. They're all a part of transactions, everyone. And then what is event, everyone? How is it different from transaction? Everyone, what's the difference between transaction and an event? Any ideas? Transaction is basically the sale, the purchases, expenses that are paid, incomes that are received. We need to know what exactly is happening in the business. Are we making more money or are we losing the funds? And the person who would be doing this is basically a senior organization, senior person, or I would say, once the transaction part, recording part is done by the clerical staff, understanding, interpreting, communicating, report making, all those things are part of middle and the top management. So when we define the events, events are basically what? Events is a result of transaction. It can be your closing stock, it can be your profit and loss account. Okay? Those things are covered under events. What are the various advantages of accounting, everyone? All these things are important for the examination. They normally put questions from these areas. I think normally the first chapter is asked only for basic theory, but the chapters we'll try to cover up today are all very important and lays down the foundation. What's the advantages of accounting, everyone? Everyone, when we define the term advantages of accounting, advantages can be what? The advantages of accounting is basically it makes a record making. And acha everyone, one thing is definitely there, that is, if you remember, PNB faced a very major fraud at one point of time. So all these things can be found out, it can be traced down by just looking at the books of accounts. Then we have the financial health of the organization. It tells you the report card of the business. We are making a profit, we are making loss, all those things are there. Then, because of accountancy, the next part is you understand the statements, you look at the analysis done. Basically, when you're looking forward toward financial modeling, you're looking into the area of higher level of accounting. All those things are what? Correct. Everything shown in the form of money. That too, which is related to your business. Not anything which is related to your personal business. Not the personal part, everyone. It is purely business based, money based transactions that we record in the area of accounting. That's how we define it. So, very close to the answer, sir. Then what do we have in this case? Next part is asset control and evidence. When you are not able to control anything, then when you are facing losses and other things, then comes out the specific area of the um, the area of asset control and collecting the evidence. Done, everyone? Everybody done? Now, based upon this, what's the next thing that comes here? In terms of accounting, there are various branches of accounting. The first and the simplest branch is to find out the profits or the losses of the business. In this case, what do? We do the following part, that is financial accounting. Okay, everybody, when we talk about the area of different types of accountings, it starts with financial area only. Earlier, profits and losses were calculated on the basis of the long working to do, right? When we define the area of types of accounting, now everyone, accounting in terms of the P&L is financial accounting. But what about the cost accounting, everyone? Cost accounting is, do you know, when we are talking about the industrialization and all, I bought this pen tab for my classes. Maybe I bought the pen tab for maybe 6,000 or 8,000. How are we determining this much amount? We just cannot be going in terms of the area, we cannot be just be unsure about the entire thing now altogether. So in this case, whenever you're sharing your books of accounts, it is basically under what point? When we define the cost accounting is responsible for the industrialization. Whenever we talk about cost accounting is basically understanding the language and then providing the particular amount of insights of the cost of production and everything to the next level of people who are looking forward towards understanding how cost accounting works. When we define the cost accounting is basically what? You ascertain, you control, and even assess the cost. Based upon this, once we were looking forward towards the cost accounting. Acha, there is one more point now. Pata hai? Before this all started, na, there was something called stewardship accounting. We used to call it stewardship. This was popular in Europe. The reason why it was a difference. Acha, Rahul says scoring of each module. If I'm looking forward to the score there, each module carries around 25 marks, and normally module C carries a little more. Module C has got a lot of practical and the practical and theoretical part mix. ठीक है? And when we talk about the difference with an example, acha, financial accounting was like used to tell us ki profit ho raha hai, whether we are having a profit or a loss. But now the difference between the basic financial accounting and cost accounting. I bought this pen tab. I asked someone that what is the price of this pen tab. They would have said, ki, ma'am, 8,000 rupees. I said, how did you make it 8,000? They would say, ma'am, the cost of making these particular pens was maybe say 2,000. The pen overall costed us around 2,000 including everything. I said, then why are you charging 5,000 for that? They would say, ki, nahi, nahi, the basic cost was 2,000, the selling cost, the intermediaries cost, the middlemen who are sitting in between, their profits and all would take it up to an amount of 3,500. So then I would ask you that what is the exact profit the organization is earning? Then you would say 5,000 minus 3,500 will give us the cost that we have spent. Once you know about the cost and the overall profit, then the profit portion is available for the next year. So that is the difference between cost accounting and financial accounting. Next part, that was stewardship accounting, which used to exist before all of these. That was during the period of industrialization and even before that. Do you know Europeans were renowned for their land owning? They used to have big, huge lands for agriculture there. When we define the era of stewardship accounting, during the landowners of Europe, they decided to look forward towards a person who exclusively used to take care of their owning in terms of their businesses. Done, everyone? Done? Stewardship is the most primitive form of accounting. Then came management accounting. For example, if you said that you are doing good in your business, I need the proof for that. When we define the area of management accounting, na, this was regarding the management. See, the point was when we talked about the management overall. Nibin sir, which part? See, let me just give you a gist of everything. Financial accounting is based upon finances. Cost is basically linked with the cost of the product. Once you know about that part, the managers wanted to make money. How do they make money? They tell people that pata hai, because of me, this organization is earning this much. That is your management accounting, showing their performances, showing their decision making. Then we looked at the another part of accounting. Accounting in terms of business were looked upon. So see, financial accounting is purely profit and loss account. It is based upon the profits and losses. While cost is looking at what is the cost of production, how much cost you need to keep while you're producing something. It is not looking at the total profit or total loss. It is exclusively looking at the cost of that particular product. That's the difference between the two. Basically, cost accounting is an extension of financial accounting only. No difference is there because it is also taken out of it. But yes, cost accounting has a narrow scope because it looks exclusively at the product cost, not the entire cost. Acha, now when we talk about, do you know, when we talk about Mr. Ratan Tata, he was currently looking forward towards some kind of work where he was preparing a particular dog hospital. When we define the social risk or responsibility accounting, you can show off whatever area of increase of your social working is being done. For example, in terms of Tata, when we talk about it, that was a dog hostel, the dog hospitals they were opening up. That's a part of your social responsibility. Stewardship accounting was the time of landowners, ma'am. When we talk about Europeans, na, they had huge lands. So they wanted a person who would take care of those huge lands and their accounting. That particular person was called stewardship. That is linked with the trustee area. They used to say that they trust this particular stewardship. Done. चलिए, let's move on to the next part. Huh? Then we talk about human resource accounting. पता है, for years humans were not considered as an asset, someone which is responsible for bringing more business. So then came a human resource accounting. Every person in the business became valuable, and whatever business they are capable of generating would be a part of their resource, human resource accounting. Then is inflation accounting. Everyone, what is inflation accounting? पता है, the very first time I filled up the tank of my Activa, na, I used to drive Activa during my college time. So I think the uh, first time I got the petrol filled in my Activa, it was at that point of time 40 rupees per liter, maybe 40, 45, not more than that. Currently, the price of one particular liter of petrol goes up to, currently I'm paying 94 to 98 rupees roughly, है ना? That is inflation accounting. The rise in the prices of the assets because of the, you can say this is for the, because of the economic cycle that we are stuck in. So that is inflation accounting. It helps you to understand the change in the prices and impact of inflation on our books of accounts. Done. There came another very interesting type of system in terms of focus system. और चलिए, then talking about the new accounting systems, everyone, for example, someone asked me that, Niharika ma'am, what is the value of your touchpad and pen? If I bought it for 10K, will I try to share it at the same price, or maybe a little lower? When we define the area of fair value accounting and value accounting, someone asked that in terms of your business, what is the value of your house? When we define the area of fair value of accounting and value of accounting, see, look at this part. When we talk about value accounting is someone asking you how much input you have put in the business. That is what we define as value accounting. Okay, for example, what is my contribution in my business? That is value accounting. Fair value is what is the price in the market. That is how we define fair value. Your assets and liabilities as per the market situation is called this. Okay. Then comes the next part, everyone. What are the different accounting standards? We talked about all the basics and different terminologies which have been introduced in accounting. But what about what are the various rules and regulations which started? Basically, when accounting became popular, they said there must be uniformity to deal with accounting. So they introduced something called accounting standards, everyone. How did these particular accounting standards started? In India, it is given by ICAI. What's ICAI, everyone? Till then, let me give you the process there. First of all, they used to identify all those particular areas where they needed a proper definition. They started drafting, they looked forward towards the particular details of those drafts, and they with deliberation and circulation. ASB looked forward to it. ASB is Accounting Standards Board, everyone. The one which has high value accounting also has fair. Nahi, Rahul sir, basically na fair value is your market value. Today's what people are thinking about your organization is your fair value. है ना? When we talk about contribution, you said that you built up uh, a particular building in around 10 months. That means that in this case, if you spent 3 months, I spent 1 month, the last person spent 2 months. Done? Correct. ICAI is Institute of Chartered Account of India. It has prepared all the various rules and regulations of accounting with Accounting Standards Board, ASB. Done? Done, everyone. When we define the accounting standard board, now accounting standard board is responsible for all the accounting standards which are currently working in India. But pata hai, with accounting standard board, there came another organization, that is National Financial Reporting Authority, which currently prepares all the standards. We currently are using these 30 standards roughly, and we call them the accounting standards. When we define the area of accounting standard boards, everyone, this accounting standard board is responsible for the working there, and then they finalize the particular books of accounts and standards and rules, and then they issue it. Acha, one more important thing, earlier accounting standard board was there, which led to nefra right now. And then comes non-compliance with accounting standards. Anybody who's not following the accounting standards, if there's any deviation from the accounting standards, then what can happen is they can face initial leave. In they look forward towards area of deviation disclosure. Whenever you are not following any kind of rules or regulations, then you must specify. Then they, on this particular date, this particular person has seen what I've done in the business in terms of the working. So you need to find out the person who is basically disclosing the specific when we define the area of the non-compliance, or when they are not complying with the accounting standards, then they have to prepare all the books of accounts and has to look forward towards the reasons for this deviation. So to disclose the deviations, number one, and what is the reason behind the deviations. Done, everyone? When we talk about the deviations of the accounting standard, that has to be reported to the top level of the management. That is again your accounting standards. Everybody, when we define the non-compliance, if there's any compliance which we are not making, then we look forward towards what non-compliance can be checked out with the deviation disclosure wherever we are not following it. Pata hai, with standards we do something called full disclosure principle. If you are not disclosing all the problems and the problems that we are facing, then it is a problem as per even ICA. You have to specify whatever you are doing and everything which you are not following, of course. There comes the National Advisory Committee on Accounting Standards. They advise the central government on accounting policies and the standards. In terms of the working, they played an important role. Then, in our book, they have also specified about Nalna ma'am, yes, it is possible to complete within 1 week, but yeah, the classes are going to be a little lengthier. So, for that, what you need to do is you need to be very prepared of that part. That's all. But yeah, there's one more point. Keep on preparing harder, everyone. I'll be giving you a lot of MCQs even while practicing. Not only a lot of MCQs, but even the compiled notes, formulas, everything would be available to you. But just make sure that you are putting your best foot forward as well. That's all I believe that is required. If I talk about the syllabus, you have got Module A, which is quite easier and scoring but a little lengthier. Module B is smaller as compared to Module A and got lesser number of chapters as well. Module C, one of the most scoring modules of our book, and there is Module D. Highest weightage is for module C, followed by module A, then B as well as D. So in this case, this is because the number of chapters in A and C are comparatively more as compared to B and D. So when we're looking for the preparation now, this is where you have to look forward to it. Ki what are we going to do? The notes and all would be available with the class itself, everyone. Whenever we talk about with the class now, with this class itself, you'll get the particular notes. or you can download these particular notes, and along with this, if I'll be adding any other further questions and everything now, I'll be sharing it in the class itself. Sir, there's no WhatsApp group that I work upon, but yeah, I work through my Telegram channel. Let me give you the details of my Telegram channel, everyone. Till then, do you know, as in India we had a AS, in USA they had GAAP. Heard about GAAP? Generally accepted accounting principles. Not only generally accepted accounting principles have got very popular in the world, but there is something else as well. But when we started working, when India started working over this area, we had our own accounting standards. They said that nahi, there's one problem. Internationally, you are not in your uniform working, or you're not in tune with the entire working altogether. They said what to do in this case. They said that if you're looking forward towards syncing up with the international level, India has to prepare IND AS. वैसे they were forcing India to follow IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards. In USA, they follow US GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles, and the framework was basically prepared by various US companies. Then SEC, this is their commission, Securities Exchange Commission. Just like we have SEBI, they have SEC. Then they have FASB as well as AICPA. These are the different boards which are responsible for making their books of accounts. Then comes FASB. When we talk about FASB, acha, heard about FASB, everyone? When we talk about FASB, this is Financial Accounting Standards Board. This particular organization is responsible for all the particular areas of understanding the concepts and basics, but not at the national, but at the international level. India has Accounting Standards Board. Okay? Yes, we follow Ind AS, Aparna ma'am. We exclusively follow Ind AS. Then they are also talking about the GASB, which is looking forward towards state and government set level reporting, their government based accounting standard boards. Then they also have GFOA, also contributes to the area of government financial policies. Matlab, they are preparing all these particular. This is for USA, everyone. They work upon these multiple accounting standard boards as well as the accounting bodies which are responsible for the working. Here comes international financial reporting standards. This is the most important area. While they say international financial reporting standards are responsible for what? They are responsible for for deciding the rules and regulations which are followed at the international level. India somehow said that we are not going to accept IFRS because our way of working is different. So India said we will prepare IND AS. Earlier there were AS, now they have given IND AS. In our book, they have given both IND AS and AS. Okay? Everyone, till now everything sorted? Any doubts in this area that we have done till now? When we talk about these IFRS, the International Financial Reporting Standards, they help in what? They help in understanding the financial reporting. The next part is they have a specific format of making their profit and loss accounting as well. They also prepare the specific area of changes in equity. If the number of shareholders increases, decreases, the number of people who are involved, the number of people to be added further, they are all a part of this. Done. The last part is cash flow statement. When we talk about cash flow statement, it talks about cash inflow and cash outflow. पता है वैसे basically cash is one of the sole reasons that business operate. So technically cash flow statement tells you about the health of the organization in terms of finances, that is movement of cash in and out. Done. Next point, everyone. How is GAAP different from IFRS? As I told you, GAAP is something which is based exclusively in USA, while IFRS is not based in USA. This is an international level. More than 140 countries have accepted IFRS. Even India, we also made a particular part of IFRS. Na? It is inspired with IFRS. So basically, GAAP US based and IFRS, which is applicable in the entire country. Then, when we talk about GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, they are rule based. They have specific rules. When you're not following the rules, then there comes the discrepancies of it. When we define this IFRS, na, International Financial Reporting Standards, they are based upon the principles. They have specific principles on which they are based. In terms of inventory, heard about inventory? What is inventory, everyone? How do we define inventories? This is the stock that we are possessing in the books of accounts. So, in this area, for example, in the inventory level, there is something called FIFO, LIFO. First in. Okay, everyone, I got this is my first level of stock. I got the stock, and then what did I do? I sold the stock. The one which we have got first is sold first. This is called FIFO, first in, first out. There is something called LIFO, last in, first out. For example, LIFO happens in terms of bakery. The most fresh are sold first, and then the stale ones goes out even in the afternoon, in the evening, even though they try to sell it first. But yes, people in the morning are somehow uh, towards this area that they're looking forward towards understanding the topics there. है ना? When we define the specific area of LIFO, everyone, LIFO is last in, first out. So that was in terms of the bakery. Acha, there's one more difference that I can talk about. In terms of GAAP, na, they followed cost model. the price at which you bought the particular asset, that is the cost model. When we talk about IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, they follow not only the cost, the price at which you bought it, but if the price changes in the market frequently, then you change yourself as well, which we call it as the revaluation account revaluation. Basically, now in terms of cost and revaluation, you are looking at historical cost and then revalued it, because obviously the people were not getting their houses constructed. All those things were there at one point of time. So we needed to know what exactly was the area of replenishment. Everybody, when we define the area of this cost and revaluation accounting now, you're not only recording it at cost now, but you are also opening up the point. Let me give you an example there. For example, my business started in say 2013. At that point of time the business value was different, है ना? At this point of time the business value is different. How is it different, everyone? Over the period of time my business might have become more successful. This can happen na? So I might have to reevaluate. This happens especially in terms of land and building, right? That is how we cover the specific area of generally accepted accounting principles and key differences. That's the difference there. One part only records cost and the other one says nahi. If there's any change, we would also understand and respect the changes. Acha, this what particular part can definitely come in the examination from the point of view of MCQ, that is transfer pricing. Everyone, if one particular branch is sending goods to another branch, is there any tax involved? Everyone, when we define the area of transfer pricing is basically at the international level. A From A country to B country, from our A associated enterprise to B associated enterprise, then we issue the particular data through the area of transfer pricing. There is an internal transaction between the company divisions. But everyone, acha, if I am giving goods to my husband, if I'm giving goods to my family, if I'm giving goods to my father, the prices of the particular commodity definitely can vary. That can be, it can be different from the world now. So how will you compare it? See, if I am giving the goods to anybody whom I know, the value of the goods would be different, and the actual value has to be known. Then how do we find out the exact value of that particular commodity? First is cup method, comparable uncontrolled price. If any good is being given to Mr. B, who's my spouse there, say, and he has a particular organization with whom my organization is involved a lot in terms of sales and purchases. We are associated. Instead of looking at the price which the goods are being sold to be, we can also compare it with the price which is there in the market right now. That is, how do we keep that comparable, the same product to the market given to someone who is not associated in the business? Done, everyone? Everybody, second point is resale price method. First part is comparing our price with the market price. In terms of resale price method is, if I sell that particular commodity today and I buy another one, what is the resale price? cup method, aparna ma'am. Acha, in terms of cup method, what happens is I have a commodity which I sell. I am selling that commodity to Nalina ma'am as well. I am selling that commodity to you as well, and I'm selling the same commodity to my I have another company which is basically involved in similar business, and I am director in both the companies, this company and that company. Matlab both of these companies are related. Maybe my father, my sister, my brother is also involved in other company, and they are directors of that company. So I've got someone, a company which in which I can have a control. So when I'm selling goods to those relative companies, then I am selling the goods at rupees 10, while when I'm giving the particular good to the people who are not associated with my business, I'm selling it at 14. So according to you, what is the particular transfer price which should be adapted? The one which is uncontrolled and it is unassociated with your business. Because when you're looking at your business, you normally tend to become